reach around and the 1, 2, 4. I get down, so I get down on the floor.
Yo, welcome to the 8th installment of the No Main Topic Show. What's good? This your boy Coquito King in New York. That's Coquito King _NY on your Instagram. Shout out to Matt, shout out to Sosa, with 1718 Collective, S.STREET Media. Yo, I gotta check us out at South by Southwest. That shit was serious, yo. You gotta catch that, yo, for real. Today on the show, I got my good peoples. Got my man Wi-Fi right here represent.
You already know.
Wi-Fi can rap over any beat is serious. Got my man Moneybags Benjamin.
What up?
He got a thing them in the bag. You know, he don't say much, but you know he do a bit too much. You know. So yeah, so we live in the cut, chilling there. Say, yo, what you doing tonight? I said, I'm about to do my podcast. You know, I talk on my politics on it. So yo, we coming through. I bet. So, you know, hold everybody to it and everything came in. So Wi-Fi, yo, what's the name is always found that intriguing. Like, you know, we come from a construction background, so guys be having names. So like Wi-Fi, like what's the importance of that name to you?
You know, it's just like how it sounds, you know, connected to everything.
All right. That's what's up. You know, hey, then long come on my man Moneybags right here. You already know that name speak for itself. You take every hour. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, got the Special West Indian Cerveza sitting there. We can't say the name. You know what I'm saying? We be chilling, you know what I'm saying, putting the city up one floor at a time. I brought my brothers here today because my man got rhyme skills, and I used to hear him rapping galore at work and just non-stop, like seamless with it. So I figured, you know, let's see what's happening. I'll bring him on to the show, see what he sound like and everything. But my brother's also very, very deep. Another reason why I brought him in. Both my brothers is real deep. And we got a lot happening in the world, B. There's a lot. To me, it's too damn much going on. Honestly, you know, like where they find the paper to print all this shit? It must be no fucking trees up anywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, like with Trump, everybody's saying about what's the Mueller report going to bring back? Yo, it come to find out your boy wasn't nothing to do with Russia. Yo, what you think about that?
It's crazy. I mean, but it's like when somebody's doing good, you know, there's always somebody there that's trying to bring them down. You know, it's just like you never know what's really going on behind the scenes. Because
True.
At the end of the day, most things propaganda. You know, it's just good entertainment.
Yeah, I believe it. I was telling my man, shout out to my man, C Lux Cigars Lane. You know what it is. I was talking to him one day. We was driving up to work. They gave us a job way upstate, some army base. They put like one layer of some rebar down in the entryway or whatever. Okay. Come on, that shit done by lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, my wife was like, next time, take 2 days. I was like, you got hard
Put
spirit. Run it in, bam, done. Right? So we arguing to and fro, on the way there, on the way back, right? He don't appreciate the fact that I was kind of on my man Trump's side. I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, a person that's politically sound on their own, like this guy might do something very different because he's not polished. I expect him to come in there looking like he was smart or some shit. I expected every piece of the fucking antics you got from that dude, all right? Just away from eating a fucking bag of chips at a rally. Just for real. Ever seen that shit, Cartoon President? Yeah. That's exactly what the fuck he is. And they nailed that one. And like, even he like, listen, I like that shit. It's fucking funny. Like, he's not the typical dude, right? I figured, you know, union dude and all the buildings I put up for them in the past and everything, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. He might turn around and be something good. Here go the bullshit. So I pulled my support, right? This nigga swear I voted for him. I said, I didn't vote for this dude. I had to yank my support. I wasn't feeling what he was talking about after a while. Anybody could say, I promise. Yeah, all right, you lying, nigga. See, you say I'll fight, I believe in you. But he came up with some promise shit that didn't even fucking happen. All right, I ain't voting for him or this other bitch. Fuck it. I just stick to my policy, which is guns and education. So, you know how I do. Yo, what you think about this whole shit with the collusion? What you think about that?
I stay out of all of that. all that bullshit they trying to make you believe and then try to make you not believe it is fucked up. You know, you don't know what side to actually stand on.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So
I look deep into it because, like you said, to me, I know it is a game. So
It's a game.
I want to know what all the moving parts is doing. That's how I see this shit. Like, nigga, I'm buying this game. No, what you want to buy that game for? Nah, cause you never know, B. It seemed like you don't want to play when you start getting nice. You know what I mean? Just figure, fuck it, let me keep on doing it. But yeah, I mean, I don't believe in a politician like that. I'm too politically smart for that. You can't take someone's word unless they're gonna say I'm gonna fight for some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if nothing happened, nothing happened. I feel like move right along. Like for Democrats, like don't waste none of these people that voted for you. Don't waste their money again, trying to hunt this down. You could have done convince them that you ever spend their money on trying to find out if he was telling the truth or not. You got brown water to fix, motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Auntie Maxine. Bullshit. You got brown water in Flint that needs to be fixed. Okay, talk about that. Talk about 50 women in Congress about that shit. Y'all 50 bitches need to fix that goddamn water. Or at least put money in the hands of people who's trying to fix it. Like this woman out there with her own construction company, they got the contract for at least about a good 100 miles of that old water main pipe. Right? Y'all do help that out. You see what I'm saying? Don't come with the bullshit and trying to chase down Trump and see what he said was real. Listen, y'all who believe in that bullshit, tell them motherfuckers, listen, stop watching that orange bastard and go fix that brown water. Right? There's two colors for you. Miss one and help the other one. Get the fucking work. Yeah. Well, is it going to be a problem if water turns orange? Oh, look, it's Trump water. Now you going to fix it? Get the fuck out of here. This shit is ridiculous. So we're going to move on to some different topics. You know, I try to keep it as organized as possible. But this is one of those nights where the 420 was rolling, you know. So you're going to do the absolute best that you can. I'm not blaming it on anything. I'm responsible for what I did recreationally under the laws of New York State past midnight. Fuck it. You know. But, yeah, I keep up with that shit because I feel like at the end of the day, it is important to a small degree to remain politically sound. You know, some things you got to take care of, other things you can fucking pay no mind. Like, Washington is too far to fuck away. I worry about what happens in the Bronx. That's it. So, yeah, y'all, you always had a way with fucking freestyling and shit. Like, I'd be at work and all of a sudden you just start mumbling shit and talking about this and talking about that. Like, what's one of your biggest inspirations as a new artist, or not a new artist, but as an artist, period? Like, how you develop that type of rhyme skill? You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Let's read a lot.
You know, it's fun. It's fun. Like I'm not gonna say change the culture, but it's fun to help the culture to grow to a new level. You know, like it's like going to the gym. Like basketball players, they go to the gym, they practice, because you want to be the best. You want to be the best. In the same way, like, you know, you look at the people that came before you, like, and then you see they did their best. So you like, all right. You know, you think of like Allen Iverson versus Jordan. Like, you look for that, like, in more of a competitive spirit.
They said, we do that to I want to cross his ass up. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, of course, you got to get the baddest motherfucker out there and try him and all that, you know. But, like, yeah, cats, other trades, you trying to battle with them, and it should be funny as hell. Like, y'all rap the way y'all work, like fucking trash. Like, on some serious shit. Like, we need y'all niggas, but y'all niggas rap like y'all work. Doesn't really pan out too well. So what's your inspiration? Like 90s hip hop or this new shit?
I mean, I just love good music. Like, you know, good music. It could be anything. It could be anything from techno, like, and I even went that far, you know, just so people could understand, like.
My nigga said he be at the raves. He be at the raves with the Special K and the dark-haired white girls.
I'm everywhere, baby. Wi-Fi.
Oh, boy. Get the Me Too hands out of here.
That's crazy.
Yo, fuck Me Too. Word up, man. I've had enough of this bullshit. The whole point of Me Too was originally supposed to give a space for black folks who've done people wrong sexually, like in the past. Like, you know, you can be fucked up if you don't know what you're doing. You really can't be. Like, let's keep it real. That's what it's supposed to do. Like, create a little safe space. There's shit in here the white girl's hands and we're all out of fucking control. All right? And I'm not blaming her because she's fucking mine, but it's like, this woman could have reigned this shit into, listen, I'm cutting Me Too off. You white bitches got sticky fucking fingers with the bullshit. But no, she kept it rolling. You see what I'm saying? Like, this shit done got too far the fuck out of whack. Like, especially with Cardi B. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, what she said?
Oh, and like, don't get me wrong. I understand her behavior. I'm not going to fault her for that. She does what she does. You know, she's not dishonest about being a bag of dicks. But, you know, that's okay. You did that. So what do we do with you now? Like, how far back in your history do we go to find out exactly how many men you've done this to? You know what I'm saying? Like, they get to the point where it's like, you get jumped out of a nigga throat with a hot fucking piece of iron on the end of the long tip and torture this dude with this shit. But if she did it, she had to do what she had to do. She's in the mean streets of Longwood in the Bronx or wherever the fuck she was. Where's she from? You know this bitch is from? Like from the west side or something, right?
I don't know where the fuck she from.
Yeah.
She
from what? Oh, I don't know. You gotta get hybrid. Oh wow, hybrid chick. No wonder. Okay. Highbridge is a different. No, listen. Highbridge is a different part of the west side of the Bronx. It's like Marshall and all that. Like in that area, kind of like.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
Highbridge?
Yeah, Highbridge over there, by like at the end of Marshall.
No, not by Marshall. Marshall is more going towards.
That's Bedford Park area, right?
Yeah, that's going towards Kennedy and
Where
stuff.
Highbridge is over there by Lehman, right?
Highbridge, I believe it. Ah, damn.
Whatever, you from the fuck over there, fuck that shit. Fuck, we ain't getting them tickets where this bitch lives. Nobody give a fuck. You come out of there daisy and woozy like, I remember everything. She drugged you though, I remember everything. I remember it all. She said, and then that was it. I went to sleep. That's gonna be the whole, they're gonna all be the same going, I went to sleep, I went to sleep.
Man, shit's happening with that Bill Cosby.
Nighttime, bitch. Let me stop. But yeah, like, you know, she gets away with that shit. And like, watch some fucking guy. He's gonna like knock a bitch's eyeball out because she refused sex and under a contract. He's gonna be on some pro team. Gonna lose it all in 5 minutes. You watch. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen in 5 fucking minutes. I promise you. But you know, even that is all in line with sucker shit. I'm not about to make a big fuss of it. You drug niggas. Like, I feel like personally, you got by a bitch, that's really your fault. I'm gonna be real with you, nigga. That is completely your fault. You woke up knowing you have money to pay for this bitch. Stop lying, nigga. That money was in your pocket burning a hole from last week and you got paid, nigga. You don't make any suspicious. These old boys pay you on a Wednesday, so it'll be all right. Come Friday, you pay this bitch and you're fucking, you somewhere drugged the fuck up, clutching your pearls. What happened? Fuck out of here, that's your fault, nigga. It really is your fault, B, for real. But yo, we gonna get into, you know, see what you could drop. We got some beats here. We got some Dilla-esque beats. You know what I'm saying? The engineers, the Good Brothers, Matt for Social got some hot beats, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what my man got right here. I ain't trying to put him on the spot, but this is for your you know, this is for your, you know, your hip hop, it put you right in the fields, you know what I'm saying? You appreciate a good lyricist, you know, Lyricist Lounge show right here in effect, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, should I put your ass in the spot, boy? Motherfucker sitting there.
Hey, listen.
Big ass vet.
I'm just chilling right
he's gonna play the corner, finish it up.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm just here trying to look good. That's all.
No bags play the cut, baby.
Yeah,
I'm
B.
right where I need to be.
Shout out to the LBD. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. LBD.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah, shout outs to 46, man.
Here we go.
Everybody gotta do what you gotta do. Yo.
Yeah, so, you know, wait for the engineer to get it popping. So, the current face of hip hop, will you think it could, what positive could come from what's happening in the current?
You?
What? Huh?
Team Clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know. There we go.
them up like the rest of them MCs. I make them bleed, leave you scarred like a disease. Mars flow, making it hard for them to breathe. Bars go off the wall, you best to leave. Unless you can handle it, you better have the scuba gear. My flow deep in the water where sharks disappear. Can't stop me now, so I'm moving with the current. And you can catch me on my terrace, getting high with the public. You gotta love it, the way your boy keep thugging. Or like the way I spit shit that had these chicks bugging. All chicks wanna tongue them, taste the saliva. Cause I'm handy with the hands like MacGyver. Never get them mad, keep them laughing like Brian. Mad mouths on the tires, coupe shit. The blueprint is the team clutch movement. Either you're with it or you can move, kid. Why? MCs be acting like they untouchable. Or put them against pop, and that's showing what clutching do. My dudes act hard when it's soft as perfume. Going against a guy with the heart of a stunt dude. A real evil can evil without the bite. And I don't write my mind, just take its own flight in the brain brainstorming. Cause I'm a Pisces that's sea fish. Catch me on the water on the cruise, I do. Catch me in Jamaica with Chris, so ruthless like your man setting you up. Smoking that ganja, you know the real gun daddy is nobody hotter. Call me the sunrise, the Oblong, aka the Pathfinder, the math wizard. Fuck the heat, I'm a walking blizzard. Letting the rains and the areas keep the body frigid. Date nerves keep the mind wicked. Niggas brag about the girls but get mad when I hit it. Don't be bad.
Live in full motherfucking effect. Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you know we in the building, man.
Team Clutch.
Team Clutch is in the
You
building
already
for
know.
real, for real.
Yes,
Yo, tell you my man was dope. Out of nowhere this shit be going on. Tell you, B. Get me smacking the rhythm on the steel and shit. Like, here come the, what y'all doing down there? That don't sound like work. I had to go, we working balls, don't worry. We on the ball. Yeah, son. So, I heard you earlier, you was in the whip rapping, you know what I'm saying, talking about this and that. You kind of went right around the business, right? Like, you know, heard the engineer earlier discussing a little something, you know. You really spoke to it like how I feel about business, how important it is for people, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? How important it is for to raise these newer generations with a business-oriented mind. You know what I'm saying? And you look around, you know, I just saw this picture of this robot flipping hamburgers. Mm-hmm. The last time I saw that robot flipping burgers, I was 10 years old watching Nova on Channel 13, nigga. Mm-hmm. So the future is here. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what that robot replace? It ain't gonna never let that burger burn. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna spit in your shit. It ain't gonna masturbate on it. Yeah. None of that. Yeah. Like, how important is it? How important is it when you talk about business? How important is it for poor people and black people to understand, you know, learn it, to live it? How important is that?
I mean, it's a difficult jump, you know, for a lot of people, you know, especially people like the older people that, you know, was in the Stone Age era, you know, with the, you know, with different things, yeah, like, so it's gonna be hard, but it's just like anything else, like even like with the iPhone and stuff like that, they're gonna learn to adapt, like, you know, that's just human nature. You learn to adapt to your environment.
Yeah, I always said that financial literacy is one way for black people to have some type of therapy, you know, to get their mind straight, to have some type of focus on something that's going to always benefit them. Mm-hmm. What you think about that? Financial literacy courses, how you feel about that?
You're going to have to explain that to me.
Financial literacy basically deals in what money is, how you deal with it, how it moves, and it's all based on what your goals and your aspirations are with that money. Like you write out a 5 or 10 year plan and you discuss what you want to do with by this much, by that time, and what you want to do with it. You write down what you can, what you make from your job and whatever those side hustles you got. You and your team or whoever put all that together, and you make a plan. You feel what I'm saying? You can hand that to a bank and they'll be able to probably see if they can give you a loan. Let's say you want to buy a building. So you want to put, you and your peoples want to put their tax return together and put up a building. You might want to take a financial literacy course. You can understand what's happening with your money, the best way to move it, how to position it to keep on growing, and what kind of attitude you got to develop in order to keep that going. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like a discipline almost. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you compare that with business, and it being disciplined, how important do you think that is?
I mean, it's really important because everybody, like they said, knowledge is everything. You know, whatever you get into, you want to know the best possible way for you to understand what's going on. you know, and like, I mean, but as far as like courses and stuff like that, because some people learn off the fly, like just, you know,
Yeah.
by doing it, you know, everybody falls, you know, it's how you get back up and how you keep on going, you know, but I mean, for certain people that really needs the course, you know, that'll be dope, but as far as people that go by the fly, you got to learn being in the field. You have to learn being in the field because you could read all the books you want, but if you can't apply it, then it's not really.
What do you think is a good way to introduce something like that to, let's say, 7 to 8 year olds? How would you go about introducing financial literacy to them? Like, I'm not asking you to like join me on a coloring book, but like you talking to your sons, like how would you show them that in your own household?
I mean, well, you have a lot of programs. Like kids is extremely smart nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the iPads and stuff like that. Like you just shove it in there. You shove it in there. They gonna pick it up. They gonna pick it up. Like because for a parent to teach their kids something that they don't have no knowledge about, then you're just steering them into the wrong direction. So it's like you figure out where you can find this stuff, and then you know let them study it. Because go ahead.
That's kind of the path I kind of saw going down when I thought about it, you know, for like long and deep, like how this could benefit people. Because like you just said, you really can't teach the kids what you don't know. But then what does that make you have to do? Sit right there with them and learn. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a weird. It could be a weird dynamic for some people because you're learning it the same way as your smaller child, but it's also helping everybody to become better. You see what I'm saying? Like once again, that therapy, like you begin to see your authority over your child something very, very different. You no longer have to be stressed and worried about, do you have to like paddle this kid's behind to get his point across so he'll know to mind his respect outside. That's a very abusive thing that we got going on. And I find myself speaking about a lot, you know, dealing with my children. And I always tell them, like, you know, when you exhibit this kind of behavior, they think that something could be wrong with you. So, you know, when you're doing my push-ups and whatnot, that's going to have to, maybe you realize, like, this is the way to go about doing it. You see what I'm saying? But I always know that it starts with children, and I always wanted to figure out a way to put this type of program in the schools without making it seem like it's for affirmative action and that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Business also teaches you to stop thinking that way too. I've learned for myself. It teaches you how to stop putting a limitation on stuff. And that does include a color. It does include a religious basis. It does include, you know, skin tone, where you come from, or them Edomites, you know that. Them Edomites know what a profit margin is. Your brothers don't. You know what I'm saying? Talk about them any way you want to. You know, a couple few here of them, no, but Ali said, you know, keep a few of them around. That's all right. You know, 12%. That's it. Just 12%. Don't give them no more. But yeah, I think that when it comes to dealing in business, it's very, very important to have the kind of mindset in your soul when you're dealing with anything out here, especially the kind of world that we live in with all this. You got to fake this and fake that. You hear this shit on the news, you know it's a bigger distraction from what else. You got to kind of keep an eye on what you can't see. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you, thinking in a business term allows you to kind of put any of that in the context so where it's not going to bother you right now, and it can be dealt with later, you know, in a much more cleaner fashion. You know, Moneybags over here, that boy loves some business. That boy right there, that's a business man.
I'm a businessman.
That motherfucker, listen, he get Jews mad. You don't come up for nothing, do you? Nope. I watched y'all do it the best. Shit. James Brown had to call himself Mr. before your ass, when I ain't giving you back a goddamn thing.
Show me the door, I'll open it myself.
That's it. So yeah, so when it comes to that also as well, do you think you'd be interested in learning that and be able to like, teach it to the, like, not like running around the community like, hey, I want to teach you something, but like, would you be interested in learning that so you could make your household strong, or your nephews or your nieces and whatnot? I don't, you know.
I mean, I'm always open to learn. It's just a time, and whenever I have time, you know, I like to go in the book and just, you know, whatever I want to learn, you know, I just, but you know, I'm not a person that will just be like, oh yeah, today is business. Nah, I don't do it like that. Like, whatever the feeling is, okay, I want to learn about this. I'll go and I'll do my research and I'll learn about that. Well, I'm not gonna see. That's why, like with school, to me, school is hard because it's just like you going there for a particular reason.
Table's live.
Oh yeah, all right. Sorry about that. Yeah, you going there for a particular reason, and then now they teaching you math when you want to learn social studies or reading. And it kind of messes up your mold because I want to go this way, but y'all going that way, like.
So you gotta follow them around.
Yeah,
like,
opposed to making your own rules.
Yeah. I was also too that when children. Imagine it had been a room full of kids. In fact, Joe came to my kid's school and said, I got Jordan sneakers for all y'all who passed your exam and passed your test. I don't think somebody told Brother Cartagena the shit that was going on. Because I think if he'd have known that, it'd been like, what's the point? Right? You testing these kids just about every day of the week, and then you trying to prep them for this big test in the middle of the year. You doing nonstop tests. So the teachers don't really have a way to conduct the lesson because you keep on trying to fucking put on a test. And then you trying to get them to learn from standards. You keep on trying to meet standards by certain dates and times that you haven't even implemented from the first day. So you just going according to what some guy tells you, not even trying to get it right. Yeah. Teachers can't catch up. You see what I'm saying? And then your kids get frustrated. It begins to be like, listen, fuck you. You know, the whole thing falls apart, right? And one of the only weapons you have against that is sound politics and the sound mind. So I'm on the politics end of it because I'm on the CEC. So I got a direct line to the superintendent. I can talk to her about whatever I need to and basically get done whatever I need to. It's not like she's, do what the hell I want. But the whole point of it was to make sure that the parents have a bridge directly to the main person with no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So when my wife in the school, I make her write down whatever it is. She got to listen, email her because you're also a parent here. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point of it. So I think it's important to put that in kids' mind because if those kids knew exactly what that testing was about, they had business mindsets, they were raised that way, the first thing would be like is, okay, why are we taking so many tests? Because so we don't have to use funding to get a core standard that we could work out of this school with. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point of all them fucking test. Them kids had a business mindset. They could easily walk right around in circles and say, listen, that's not even mathematically fucking sound, number one. And it makes no sense. How many of us in here? X amount of many hundreds? So, okay, so you want this return every 5 days or so you want me to put in an hour of this. Now, this is the first hour of my hours after I get out of school, right? So this is between, from 2 to 5 o'clock, give or take, I go to after school or not. So if I give up after school, my first hour is this. And then my second hour is what else? The schoolwork you gave me? Well, I'm missing part of it, so now that's another hour and a half. Now we at 4 o'clock. I get to bed soon, I keep coming play with y'all. Kids that have a mindset like that, would have picked that whole thing apart immediately and said, hey, keep your sneakers because this is not going to fucking work. But when you don't have that kind of mindset, you play on emotion, you don't think about your numbers, you don't think about your facts. And it's so sad that it happens to children like that. I think if children and adults had that kind of mindset, you couldn't trick people into doing certain shit. You know what I mean? It'd be very difficult to put a number in front of them and them not figure it out 1, 2, 3. Like, wait a minute, this ain't even gonna work out well. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to bring it up, reparations. If that number's not gonna be in the trillions, that's just $3 million per person. No. That you go with $3 million out of that, $33 billion. You good with that? Nah. Go on, find you a trillionaire, okay, and get that shit started. See what that motherfucker's doing and mimic that shit 10 times. Then you should be able to give somebody reparations. Like mathematically, it doesn't pan out. Don't get me wrong. So you drop $3 million even on our laps right now, we're gonna be good. Because we're not stupid in here. You know what I'm saying? But anybody else? Like that commercial where the money fall out the sky. Remember that? The big chunk? Doom. And it was a funny commercial. A big chunk of money, like almost a story and a half chunk of money fall out the sky. And this couple was in the window, right? I think he was trying to hop out the window. She said, wait. Don't jump out there just yet. Everybody saw it. The fat dude said, money! And everybody came outside. More money dropping out the fucking air. Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to glamour motherfuckers with that bullshit. Give them what's real. You know what I'm saying? The business mindset will help take care of most of that. From this, it's just from my own perspective. Because it keeps you out in the mindset of, right now, this is this, that is that. It makes you write things down, too. That is so important. When you write stuff down, you don't realize how responsible you're being when you do shit like that. You keep a record, so even when you just type in here, keeping a record, that is highly responsible behavior. You know what I'm saying? And more likely, you'll never miss a beat. Shed some light on the subject, dog. Well, I ain't trying to throw you on the spot or nothing, but you know.
The game is to be sold, not to be told.
Oh, yeah?
No. It's good to spread. It's good to spread education. Actually, what you was talking about with educating the kids, that's a great move. Start while they're young, and actually bring them in to whatever business ventures that you have, so they can see how the money moves. They can see how it's important to know how to put one and one together, to make that two. You know, it's good to show them everything you're doing, your mistakes as well, so they can learn from them, so they could build their own ideas up and take you as an inspiration.
I think a lot of black people focus too much on their mistakes because the world focuses so much on them. It's like they teach you inadvertently, you make a mistake, jump all over that one motherfucking mistake and get it right. Like, I got 4 or 5 more back here. You know? Like, how long you want me to keep kicking my own ass? Like, you're doing a good enough job, I'll tell you what. But yeah, I just, it's something that I always think about, because another thing that black folks do is compare themselves to other people, which is also, very damaging, detrimental. But they're the only examples you see of people who are doing business, quote unquote, properly. People that's in your neighborhood, you got you spending up all your money, and you don't have nothing, a dollar they turn on your house 10 times before we're outside. You know what I'm saying? Once, barely. That's because you guys into the store. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to think about. But we're gonna move on to a different topic. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but we are brothers in the ironworker trade here in the city. We're international ironworkers at the local 46, and we have quite the conundrum here, right? A lot of these companies out here these days want to put up a lot of buildings non-union. And what that basically means, these are non-skilled workers who will kind of cut corners when necessary. They won't have the right materials to get things done, and they're not really educated on the most fastest, most efficient way to put up a building. So it's like, they're like diehard hard workers, if you like that kind of thing. They're also cheap labor, which means they beat all kind of market costs. And you end up still paying full value if you kind of, buy one of these places or rent a place out. And it's something that undermines your 2 days off for the week. It's something that undermines child labor laws, honestly, because if it wasn't for unions, all that shit would still be going on. You have a 20-hour day, got to be back there, and your child will have a 16-hour day. You lost a finger, get back to work tomorrow. You got 9 other fingers. That's how they treated you back in those years. A lot of people fought, bled, and died so that you could have a weekend. You could have representation. You can have just a 40-hour week, 8 hours a day, sensible enough, because you only got 2 other cuts of 8 hours a day, 8, 16, 24. So how long you want to keep them working all day? Unions fought for all of that. And you might think that they're asking for exorbitant wages, but when rent is $3,500 for a nice home or 3-bedroom in here, you should be at least making close to about $1,700 a week at least. But that's for 2 jobs. You see what I'm saying? Unions also make sure that your workers are represented properly. They're not being mishandled. They're not being disrespected. They're not being pushed to a physical point, above and beyond. They make sure that equipment is built properly, make sure it's inspected, they make sure that it's working properly, that you can go home in one piece, literally, because some shit literally will tear your fucking arm off. It's not a joke. It really will. And you've seen some horrible shit out there. We all have. And yeah, so this is what unions make sure happens. So you see guys out there with a rat protesting. They really mean business. Like, something bad is happening back there that maybe you want to, take a look at. See if you want to find out what that exactly is, because it could be affecting you more than you realize. It really could. Like Hudson Yards, like, God bless them. They've paid me well once upon a time, but Manhattan doesn't need that. That's like a big-ass cancer.
No, I mean, from my point of view, I think, because I actually been in the mall, and the first time
Yeah.
I've seen a mall like that in New York City. Like, you know, malls like that you usually see like in Jersey or different states and stuff like that. Like, you never seen like a go-to place for New York City. Like, I mean, personally, I think it's kind of dope. And what's crazy because we actually went in there today.
Yeah.
And it's kind of dope.
Yeah.
And it's kind of dope.
You said they had bodyguards for people live upstairs?
Oh yeah. They got a separate entrance. Yo, it's top of the line technology in that building.
I ain't gonna lie, some futuristic. It's some futuristic shit. Like it's
sick. It's sick.
I like it.
You gotta look for the next escalator. Like it ain't right there. It ain't back to back like what we used to.
Yeah.
You gotta find shit up in there. Mm-hmm. They got TVs in the columns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Touch screen, everything. Like shit crazy.
Yeah, that joint's crazy. I definitely need to check that out, man. What's crazy, we only made it to the 3rd floor.
It's too much to deal with. It was too much to deal with.
Crazy.
But it's just the start, because that was, they just opened that up.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning.
I tell you, it's gonna be a lot of beautiful women there, man. Like it's just like it's exotic. It's an exotic place
That's
to go.
because they right there by that bus stop where they come from out of town.
Yeah.
Trying to run little itty bitty 2 pounds of marijuana back and forth. That's why it's gonna be a bunch of hot females here. Come from out of town with those teeth. Like, girl, go back.
It's just the start, though.
I mean, I do appreciate the things we're putting up now. It really is some high tech shit, like especially this water recycling shit. I find that weird to know that the commode in my house has recycled piss water in it, but okay.
Oh.
I'm not gonna drink it or nothing, but it's just weird like that's happening. Like that could be them downstairs is pee. It's just they filtered it out. Like I feel weird, but I guess that's real. Like you see that the Midtown building, the big tall one. All them little things in the middle is shit to pump that water up and down that building. Yeah. They used to put it all in the bottom of the building at first. It'd be like a whole 3 floors of a sublevel full of big, heavy shit. And it was still 50 floors up and down. Recycle that toilet water. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if it's the actual wastewater, but they kind of run it through. I don't know. That feels weird to me. But, whatever. I built it. I did it. Big ass transition floors. It's just be fucking two floors is regular, big as regular floors. Have all kind of weird shit on them. That's when you really get yelled at. Transition floor. There's mad shit to fucking do. But I mean,
you deserve a raise for all that.
Look.
Yeah, you deserve a bunch of raises for all that.
And even now on certain jobs, they're trying to make certain pay rates on certain jobs and shit. Like. Even that job, I think you took a cut or some shit on that job.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
They doing cuts.
But it wasn't like we got the fucking state property get down and lay down nigga treatment. Like how you lock the doors on us, international? Y'all just came in on some gangster shit and then tried to come in with 20-something retired cops to sit in the back of the union hall in case we bugged the fuck out. Like too old for this shit. Look out of here. We weren't bugged out. We weren't gonna go to fucking work. Sitting there all damn day looking at y'all funky asses up in the union hall. I might want to do that bullshit. But they came right in and first to change the locks. Wow. Like, they didn't even go to the marshal to just change the locks. Fuck y'all niggas. Then they got rid of all of our staff, including the business manager, which is Terry Moore, who stood up for us from day one like a fucking champion, and then got rid of other guys. And then brought them back the next day. It's all rules just to get rid of him.
Power moves.
Yeah.
Power moves.
Big time gangster shit. Yeah. But the guy that took over was a gentleman from 580 who I know personally is a pretty good guy. People kept asking me who he was. I'm like, listen, you can stand on him. He's good. Don't worry about it. But they were looking to absorb our local in the local 580. And like we would work out of 580 just like a rebar division. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's some redheaded stepchild shit. Like, we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to cross a picket line. We didn't want to take a pay cut. With this asshole that runs Related. He owns the Dolphins as well. But they inked a deal with him without even letting us know. So tomorrow morning we're at the New York Hilton on, was it 52nd? 54th in Avenue of the Americas.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in there for 3 hours tomorrow morning to figure out what's going on with the situation, and I'll run back to y'all with more of it. But you know, the shameful part really was we realized that a lot of other trades in the city just would not stand with us. So we felt that realized at the end that maybe they were in on it. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's dangerous how this whole thing is happening. You think it doesn't affect you because you're not working it. It really does. I got to look into how your land is being used and what's being built upon that land. I'm not saying it's some spooky, wooky shit, but it affects you negatively. It just does. You know, it's clean, easy carbon footprint and all that. We're not telling you that you're going to be drinking oil out your faucet in a minute, but just that thing being there raises everything up around it. It's almost unaffordable. Like the rich, right? And then they want to do it. And then it's like to be unsure about where you're going to work next. Like anybody get a job, but this union, you know, you get vacation pay, you get every hour you work, you get annuity pay. It's like every hour you put up, you're getting paid 3 different times in 3 different areas. You know what I'm saying? That adds up a lot at the end of the year. You got to pay some bills, your vacation check comes in, or you can even borrow from annuity. That a lot of that adds up. A lot of people don't have these benefits either. They'd be part of unions that don't have any of this kind of benefit that we got. Regardless of how hard we might or might not work. It still needs to be something that needs to stand and remain. So we'll find out. Like, listen, you know what it is.
Yeah, that's still not enough. You still need a raise.
Yeah, fuck out of here. That shit is still some heavy-ass shit. You go home on an easy day, your legs still cramp up like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You do nothing all day. I just remind your ass. It is real. You know what I'm saying? But I hope they give us some better news than what we've been getting this whole time. You'll be able to figure something out tomorrow at this meeting, you know, and I'll definitely let you guys know what's going on with that, because it can't say enough. It will affect you dearly. We gonna move on to another freestyle. Meanwhile, I'll keep the beat dripping, sweat dripping, bitches in the limo eating chicken. Wi-Fi Hover in the house, my man chilling. Yo, you be on the deck listening out of nowhere. This dude, you think he having a conversation, but he rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you talking to a dude, and he probably was talking to him, just rapping, talking to him.
Smooth.
Yeah, like,
Real
just
smooth.
almost like, yo, you should be a rapper. Like, he is. They have shit called SoundCloud now. He can make his own album for $10 a month.
That's dope.
And then when he don't pay his membership, you can't find his music no more. SoundCloud sucks like that. It does. It be some cats be having some dope fucking shit and they don't pay their shit, like they just disappear. Like, eat a dick. You mad fucking inconsiderate. You know, we need this music, yo. For real. We live this shit. We love this shit. I'm hip hop all the way. Been so since fucking Food Schnicken, Schoolie D, all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't never think of a time in my life I wasn't like around some type of hip hop. Even when I was younger, my mom's had all the Billy Idol and Adam Ant albums. Run DMC had to be thrown in there. Grandmaster Flash was thrown in there. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J and them, all them, Madonna and the Beastie Boys, all in the limelight. You know, a lot of those old records. I wish my mom would have kept, because it's like she had vinyls. In the big country, dreams stay with you like a lover's voice, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all kind of stuff you almost can't find anymore, all on vinyl. And a lot of that has to do with hip-hop genesis and, you know, coming into mainstream, because that's all that was out during the Run DMC days and everything else like that. Yeah, babe. So I feel like hip-hop is important to black expression because it's another form of our music. You know what I'm saying? It's poetry to a beat. You know what I mean? And, you know, a lot of older cats like Gil Scott Heron and even Stevie Wonder. All them dudes is poets, man. And they're not rappers as much as they influences the cats that, you know, originally started rapping. You know, you wouldn't think that Gil Scott Heron is an influence on Run DMC, but it really is. The same way you wouldn't think how much of an influence Ice-T is on Jay-Z. Big time influence. Okay? Well, man, the 99 Problem, that's an Ice-T song. You know about that?
Nah.
Yeah. I got a hoe from the east. I got a hoe from the west. I got a hoe that want to suck up on, rub it on the chest. I got a hoe from the north. A hoe from the south. That's that pimp shit he was on. You know what I'm saying? And I love them all. I love them crazily. And they love me back. That's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and the bitch ain't one. Hit it. You know what I'm saying? I used to tell you about that. Like, we took that. He used to ask us all kind of questions and shit. So we just put him on certain shit, and now you have guys like that, you know, well established, Jay-Z. So it's really important to me that art form stay true and stay what it really need to be. I'm not trying to clown niggas that do what they do these days. Like, that's, you know, hip-hop has always been a young man's game. Always has been the kid's game. You know, it's like the toy we leave behind for our children. You see what I'm saying? You look at it that way, you might want to be a little more responsible for it, but it is something like that. You know, like, there's different cultures of it I don't mind. Like, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from New York, Coney Island, 1980. I don't do trap and trill and this and that, but I like that culture. I like that country grammar shit. That's what they do. I'm fine with that. You know, to didn't knock these niggas, but I might not do all of this, and you know, that's not my cup of tea. You know, we come from a gangsters don't dance, we boogie type of town. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't out there doing no soul sonic force moves. He just, you know, in the cut, pigeon-toed and shit. You know, so yeah, where to be there? Wi-Fi got lyrics to drop. Unless you go some acapella, you know what I'm saying? I got the table live. Oh, there you go.
Speed it up. Let me get a little speed on the beat. Okay.
Need that mellow, right?
Alright, fuck, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. You know, I got something for the ladies too. Team Clutch is saying, y'all already know what the deal is. And we ain't going nowhere till the world feel us. We master of rap since no children. His mom said if I get nice, I'll make a killing. So I only put myself in positions to make millions. Two for the chicks, fall in the mix. Even bagging the ones that don't like dick. You don't know who I am, you best to ask my clique. Dropped out of school cause he just talk shit. Nothing from talking about my ass, now they all my dick. Another one on, keep it rolling, keep it rolling. I'm warming up,
Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. Don't stop.
Now ladies, do your thing with your 5-inch heels.
Yes, y'all, and you don't stop.
Chills, looking so good that every nigga wanna feel. Saying watch them all line up like kids at a fire drill. Just smoking hot like grills at a barbecue. A lot of niggas would kill just to get a party. But I want the whole thing. Cause I'm from Melrose, you know we be getting it. Whether it's off on the books, we be living in our pocket state stuff like turkeys on Thanksgiving. But come get a piece of this. Late night loving, got your hair all done up, got your nails all done up. Look at y'all looking like the #1 stunners. So come get a drink, cause it's Bobby all night. Watch this magic trick, see the whole club light. VIP, cause you know the flow so tight. Plus I got a lot of money, mommy, tell me what you like. You like to be weak and tied up? And that's what I call the fuck. Dreams of being stars looking like centerfold. I could just imagine how you look without the clothes. Give me a preview, rub it on niggas.
Once again, that's my man Wi-Fi. No doubt, he stay connected. We in the building. All right, yo, this has been a great show, man. I really appreciate my brothers for coming out. And just one last thing before we touch on it, man. I like to talk to brothers about a subject like in my life that has kind of had different meanings, and some of them have not been the best. Like, what does it mean to you, like, to be a man? What does that mean to you?
I mean, to me, it's more so taking care of people that you love. And, well, see, my mind be out of this world sometimes,
Yeah,
right? You know,
yeah.
it's more so making, like I said, I'm not gonna say change, but it's making a development in this world. You know, being the best self you can be.
Leaving something good behind.
Yes. That's because at the end of the day, it's all a name. Like, it's all about your name. When all the money and everything fades, all you have is your name. You know,
Yeah.
and to me, that's what's being a man for the younger generations that follows you to be like, yo, you know, that dude right there, like, you know, it's to revolutionize everything, you know, make everybody feel comfortable with being in their own skin, basically, you know, because a man consists of everything. Like, there's not just one single thing that you could say, oh, this is a man, this is a man. Because to be honest, and it was crazy because even there's some women that's more men than men because
Circumstance, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've always seen it as a way for weak dudes to dominate women. Like, with the man line, I'm a man, this and that. Like, try to get them to do things that they think the woman should do to make them feel like a man, not realizing that a lot of the onus is upon himself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the examples we had growing up was, you know, things that came from, you know, 20, 30 years before us. And I realizing that even our own elders have gotten something that's been, like, kind of antiquated and outdated. You know what I'm saying? In a basic relationship, I think that you should, you know, take care of the person that you with. And if being manly means, you know, you stay in your grind, stay in integrity, and she support that, then okay. But when it comes to dudes wanting to tolerate, you know, like, say, pain or hurt and want to follow into being a man, I always look at the end game behind that. Like, how, like you said, with the whole Cardi B shit. A lot of dudes would sit there and say, yo, it's different for a female. Like, that's not how you feel when you in court, though, my nigga. You got everything to say about this bitch and that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I think that being a man is a whole lot more than being able to establish your stake in the ground, your manhood, through the ugliness of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, having to tolerate hardship. Not like going through some hardship, but like somebody coming down upon you, somebody abusing you. You know, you taking abuse from other men when you go to work. You know, the cats try to raise their voices to work, kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of a lot of toll upon you to keep enduring that and try to come home without feeling that and sitting at the bar fucking that. You know, I feel like being a man has been a bit skewed. I think some brothers got the definitions of a man from a standpoint of certain power of people as opposed to being an example of that, you know, that love and that, you know, that care, that honor, respect.
But you have to understand, and like, you, for the simple fact that you have some dudes that been picked on their whole life and stuff like that. So when they get into that position of power to make the rules, like now we just like
Lose their little mind.
yeah. So it's just like you looking at where he's at right now, but you ain't look at where he came from to get there.
True indeed. Yeah, it could be scary for a lot of dudes, especially, you know, coming up in times that, you know, was many years ago. Things are really, really scary. Before we get out of here, there's a good documentary out there called Rebel Kings, RUBBLEKINGS. It gives you the whole gang culture of New York City. Started from one of the very first crews and to all other crews that have been around the city since day one. You should check it out. It'll give you a real good look on what a lot of you young people that think that your elders have done something incorrect to you. If you watch this documentary, Rebel Kings, you will see how most of them end up having to live through some real ugly times. And that might change your perspective on how they have maybe handled or mishandled you as well. Always speak for that because it's so important to have some structure from the past to teach these new kids what it was and what you can actually be. You can be tough without needing to be an SOB. You can be strong without needing to have to go through work playing in abandoned buildings and all that, you know. Some of the things that was part of the past can be bridged to the future and be used for a much greater purpose. We're going to sign off now. I enjoyed you. I hope you guys enjoyed me. Hope you enjoyed my man Wi-Fi. Hope you enjoyed my man Dollar Bill, y'all, a.k.a. Moneybag Benjamin.
Shout out to my man Ray Mello, too, you know.
Mello.
All right. Mello had things to do, couldn't be here this evening.
Yeah. He'll be here next time.
He coming.
Yeah, he'll be here next time.
Coquito_King_NY. I'll see you tomorrow night at the Thing. Y'all should know what it is. Bing, bing. Peace.
Yes.